Miss Santos, my son's cousin will visit me tomorrow along with his wife. Can you go get a cake from that nice pastry store near the river? Don't get something cheap looking.
Okay. Catherine, can you stop calling me that? It's been a year since I got married to Glenn. Now my last name is the same as yours, Caldwell. Besides, I have a first name, and it's Fern, so...
I don't know what to say. I've been calling you Miss Santos this whole time. It just feels weird to me that you call yourself a Caldwell. Why would someone who isn't my family use the same last name as me?
Huh? I got married to Glenn. But I'm still not a part of the family to you?
Because you're still an outsider, right? Never mind that, Miss Santos. You better go get me that cake soon. Oh, and toilet paper and shampoo at the drugstore. Add some steak from the butcher's to that list. Beef sirloin for 4 people.
Not for 5 people.
4 portions. For Xavier, Rita, me, and Glenn. You see? 4 people.
Well, what about me?
Come on. You've got to be kidding, right? Why do I need to give such nice meat to a stranger? Only Caldwells get to eat steak. You're a Santos, so none for you.
Hey, can you stop all of this?
What are you talking about, Miss Santos? No way! You really want to eat steak that badly, huh? Even though you're staying with Glenn in that house he inherited from us, you still have the nerve to ask for a steak, too. Oh, you are so greedy, Miss Santos. My goodness.
Hey, Catherine, can you listen to me?
That's how it is, so I leave the shopping to you.
Hi, Catherine. Why did you say all that to me yesterday?
What are you talking about?
Please don't play dumb. When Xavier and Rita visited, all you said were inside jokes and gossip that I didn't understand. I laughed because I was just trying to play along to not make it awkward. But then you yelled at me saying, "Don't laugh, you don't even understand." Xavier and Rita were really shocked.
Well, it was your fault. You tried to cut into the conversation, even though you didn't understand a thing we were saying. We were just trying to enjoy our family time together.
I didn't cut in. I was just laughing and playing along. You made them feel so uncomfortable. They came all the way to visit here.
Are you trying to make me the bad guy here? They were just gaping at you for your inconsideration, weren't they? It was you who made them feel uncomfortable, Miss Santos.
That wasn't the only thing. What was with that conversation about the family vacation? Why do I need to stay at home alone? And you've already booked it?
Of course. So what? It's a family trip, so only family members are allowed to go. Why would an outsider come with us?
Why do you want to leave me out so much? What would make you accept me as part of the family?
Let me think. Well, maybe I never will. I thought long and hard about it, but I couldn't come up with any ideas.
Glenn, can I talk to you for a bit? Is now good?
Yeah, what's up, Fern? Is this about Mom?
Yes. I talked to her about last night, but she didn't listen to me at all. She didn't try to understand me at all.
That's my mother for you. What did she say?
I asked her when she would accept me as part of the family, but she said that she never will.
I always knew that she puts her family first above all else. But even this is too much for her.
Actually, the truth is, the only reason I didn't have a steak yesterday is because your mom didn't let me. She doesn't want to give outsiders such good meat.
Is that true? You said you had a stomach ache, so I just took that at face value. Oh, sorry for not noticing. I'm really sorry, but tell me next time, okay?
It's just that you seem to be really enjoying having a good time with your cousin and his wife for the first time in ages. I lied because I didn't want to ruin the atmosphere.
Thanks for thinking of us. But Mom has been strict to you from before. Have you been picked on by her like this for a long time?
Yeah. Not only has she tried to exclude me from things, she's pushed all her chores, shopping, and errands on me, so I haven't had much time for myself. Every time she sees me, she harasses me and tells me I'm not a part of the family. I tried my best to impress her and get her to accept me, but I started to think it's stupid to even try since yesterday. I'm exhausted.
I'm sorry that I didn't notice this before. I'm really sorry for what Mom did.
Don't be. It's also because I didn't tell you. I tried so hard because I wanted to get along with her if possible. But I should have told you earlier.
I'm glad that you were making an effort to get along with her. Thank you for being nice to her, of all people. Leave me to deal with her now. I won't let you go through this anymore.
But how? I don't think she'll listen even if we talk to her or get angry with her.
It's okay. I have a plan.
Hey, Miss Santos. My son has been ignoring me since a couple of days ago. I bet you said something to him, right? Whatever you do, I won't let you come on vacation with us. Since you aren't my family, Miss Santos. You're a bad influence on my Glenn. You need to leave him ASAP.
I changed my last name, Mom.
Huh? What are you talking about, Miss Santos?
It's me, Glenn. Bye, Mom. I have no intention of ever seeing you again.
What? Is it really Glenn? Wait, what do you mean you changed your last name? Just... what?
I legally changed my name and became Santos too. Santoses are outsiders to you, right? Then you and I are unrelated, Mom.
Oh no, you're joking, right? You can't possibly change your last name so easily.
Actually, I can. You can get your name changed legally pretty easily.
What?
It would also have been possible for me to divorce Fern and remarry her, which is what I was thinking of doing at first, but that would have been a headache. So Fern suggested I just get my own name changed legally to Santos. It was a great idea.
Why did you do that? When you get married, the wife takes the husband's last name, right?
It's you who didn't accept Fern as part of the family, even after we got married.
Are you going to ditch the Caldwell family?
Even if I became a Santos, I have cousins, so it's not as if the Caldwell name will die off. Anyway, all this stuff about keeping the family name alive, or the wife needing to take on the husband's last name. In this day and age, those are outdated ideas. It's even being debated that couples should keep their own names. Of course, I'm attached to the Caldwell name since I used it for so long, but Fern is more important to me.
That woman is manipulating you. A kind son like you wouldn't ditch me, right, Glenn?
Hey now, did you think I would stay silent after you hurt my beloved wife? The most important person to me is my partner, Fern. Honestly, I can't think of you as my family. I'm embarrassed to have you as my mother.
Wait, Glenn! What did you do to my son? Text me back right now. Where are you now? You're biting the hand that feeds you. I didn't consider you my family because I knew this would happen.
What's wrong? Why so emotional, Catherine? You've been blowing up my phone with texts, and it's so annoying. Glenn's driving now.
I'm texting you, not him. You showed him our texts and let him reply using your phone. You coward. You must have told him some lie or other to get him to do that. Otherwise, he wouldn't say such cruel things to me.
You really don't know what's going on around you. You're so hopeless that I'm almost impressed. Anyone would be stunned after seeing your awful text to me. Shall I tell you how your family and relatives think of you?
I already know it myself. I'm a very reliable person for my family and relatives. I'm like the pillar of the family that organizes everything.
No. Glenn detested the way you only cared about the immediate family. When he was still just a kid, you told his friend who came to visit, "I don't have food to spare for other people's children." Since then, he lost touch with him, and he was really sad. I thought you were cold to me just because I'm his wife, but you really do only care about your blood relatives.
Of course. Blood is thicker than water. When it comes to it, you can only trust your flesh and blood.
Is that really true? When Xavier and Rita came to visit the other day, they were shocked when they saw you bullying me. They told their parents and other relatives about that. The entire Caldwell family now know all about you being the evil mother-in-law bullying me. Is that what you mean when you say blood is thicker than water, Catherine?
No way, that can't be true. My relatives wouldn't spread bad rumors about me.
I'm really impressed by how you think. I'll say it plain and simple. Your relatives avoid you because they can't stand you. Did you know that the Caldwell women go out for drinks together once a month?
Huh? I've never heard about that.
I thought not. I was invited every time, but I declined because it would be annoying if you found out.
Why would you be invited when I'm not?
Don't you think it's a sign that I'm right about everyone hating you? They all said it too. We don't want to invite Catherine because she can't read between the lines and she'd ruin the fun atmosphere. It's you who's been left out, not me.
That's a lie.
I'm just telling you the facts. I guess they were keeping in contact with you before because Glenn lives so close. But none of them would come close to you if it was just you in the neighborhood.
A last name is a family bond. We've inherited it from generation to generation. Are you trying to destroy that? Is it fun for you to ruin my family?
Are you serious? That a last name is a family bond? A last name is just a word that gets put on a piece of paper. I think that the things that really connect people's hearts together are caring and love. What you call a bond. It's just a chain that you use to try to bind people. If you think I'm wrong, why don't you ask your relatives to persuade Glenn to change his name back? Show me the bond you're talking about. Of course, all the Caldwells steered clear of Catherine after Glenn and I moved away from them. I heard what happened from Xavier and Rita. Catherine called all her relatives to visit her, but they all rejected her. She finally realized that she was being shunned by the family. Glenn has been ignoring all of her messages. She started to drink excessively. She's even taken to gambling to ease her loneliness. She's spending a lot of money on that, even during the week and in the daytime. I heard she nearly used up her entire retirement fund, and even got into debt. But we lost touch with her, so it's none of our business. As for Glenn, he's happy with the name of Santos, saying it suits him more than Caldwell. And maybe his new name is bringing him good luck. He won the lottery and got promoted, too. He seems to be satisfied with his name change. I'm actually glad that Glenn became Santos. I liked my maiden name because I was used to it. I'm grateful that he threw away his last name for me. I've been through a lot, but I'm so glad that I met Glenn.
Colin, how are you? I'm contacting you because time has passed, and I'm hoping things have settled down. I've been thinking a lot, and if things are better between you and Timmy, I think it's time for me to come back. So how are things? Are you remorseful about what happened?
What the? This is the first time you've texted me since you suddenly disappeared? And what you're saying doesn't make any sense.
The reason I disappeared was I felt my absence would help you and Timmy to talk to each other. If things between you two are better, I'm ready to come back. So how are things?
What do you mean, how are things? You've been ignoring my calls, texts for nearly 1 month. And now you want to come back? First of all, where have you been all this time?
Did you read the letter I wrote? What was so hard to understand?
You left me the divorce papers with your signature on them and a note saying I can file them if I want.
I didn't write just that, right?
Was there anything else written? I don't remember. Wait, there was some other nonsense written. This is a time for you to reflect. Please find the goodness in Timmy. Another mumbo-jumbo I couldn't really understand, so I just glanced through it.
Oh, you really are the worst. I put a lot of thought into that letter.
How dare you? You're a mother who abandoned her 5-year-old son. What do you know about thought or anything? I don't know the circumstances that led to you suddenly leaving us, but doesn't it warrant a conversation beforehand?
We were only separated. It was only 1 month. There are many couples who temporarily live apart. Look around.
That's not what I'm talking about. We did not agree to live separately or anything. You suddenly disappeared. That's abandonment. Do you know how panicked I was? I called your parents and found out you had talked to them. If you had the time and thought to talk to them, you could have done the same with me.
I could have, but felt I shouldn't contact you.
Why not? Shouldn't I be the first person you would contact? Where have you been?
I wanted you and Timmy to get close, so I created a situation for you two to do so.
I see. Thank you? Did you really think I would say that? You know I spend a lot of time with Timmy at night, but to force us to do this for 1 month, was there really a need to do this without saying something first?
There were times you two had these awkward silences, so I was really worried.
What the? What do you expect from a 5-year-old? Even 5-year-olds get tired and don't want to talk. For you to be satisfied, we need to be talking 24/7?
But I'm relieved. The bond between you two has been repaired, right?
Repaired? There were no issues to begin with.
I'm happy to hear that. Then, I'll be returning soon. We can all live together again as a happy family.
I'm still curious about what you've been doing all this time. You were gone for 1 month, and now you want to be a family? I don't think so.
Don't say that. It was for the two of you. Do you know how hard it was for me to be separated from the 2 men I love most in the world? My heart ached every day.
What nonsense are you saying now? You decided all on your own to leave us. You have no right to say anything about missing us.
Is Timmy doing well?
He's doing great, but he doesn't want to see you ever again.
He doesn't want to see me. I don't understand. There's no way my Timmy would say that.
You suddenly disappeared. He was very sad and cried endlessly. As a result, he decided if he ever saw you again, he would never have to be sad again. That's what he decided.
Oh, I can't wait to hug Timmy. My arms are aching for him. I can't wait to come back home.
Home? There's no home for you to return to here.
What do you mean?
After you left us, we moved, like right away.
What? What are you talking about?
You know that I have to work late sometimes. How can I look after Timmy on my own? I rented a place near my parents. We've been living here for 2 weeks now. At first we were living with my parents, but I didn't want to trouble them. They still help me out and take care of Timmy when I'm busy.
Why did you move? What about my things?
I sent all of your stuff to your parents' house. Didn't they tell you?
Come to think of it, my mother did call me a few times. She may have texted me as well. I haven't had a chance to look at them very carefully.
Really? Well, then that's all on you. Even if I contacted you to ask if it's okay to send your stuff to your parents.
You did? That must be why they called me.
But they asked me not to send them your stuff because you planned on coming back. They were very persistent. So I told them I'd consider keeping your stuff if they told me what's going on with you.
What's going on with me?
You told your parents the real reason you left us. But I have to wonder what kind of parents would allow their daughter to do something like this.
Wait, so you know? Did Mom tell you?
Yes, she told me. I never thought you were this stupid. I mean, when she told me, I was in utter shock. And I couldn't say or do anything.
How much do you know?
How much? That you wanted to go to Miami to work in a resort? I don't know how you convinced your parents that was a good idea.
I didn't convince anyone. I just explained how I felt, my thoughts.
So you aren't going to deny it? You told them you wanted to earn money for your family. You said convincing things like that. But it was just an excuse to run away from taking care of our child, right?
That's not true. Timmy is very important to me. Of course, Colin, you are too.
Then why did you go to the trouble of downloading, printing, and filing out divorce papers? And then leaving them for me on the kitchen table?
I thought if a day ever came and you wanted a divorce, I would prepare myself by filling out my part of the paperwork now.
This is only my assumption, but you weren't planning on coming back, right?
What? Oh, that's crazy. I don't know where you got that idea. Look at me now. I'm trying to come back to you.
You could say anything now. I think you thought, let me see how fun Miami is, and then I can decide if I want to stay longer or not.
That's just your imagination, Colin. I've never thought that. I left because of the two of you, baby. And the money I've earned. Let's use it together as a family.
No, thank you.
What do you mean, no thank you? I never imagined you would suddenly move.
I never imagined my wife would suddenly disappear without a trace. And the reason? To work in a resort? When I told your mother about the divorce papers, she said she didn't know about that. She was flabbergasted.
I didn't tell her about that.
I know. If something is unpleasant, you avoid it, right? Your poor mother. She thought you wanted to give Timmy and me some time alone to connect. And while we did so, you would earn some money for us. You wanted to surprise me, so you asked her to keep it a secret. You covered your tracks well. But your parents know everything now.
Why would you do that? Why do you have to ruin everything? Now they won't trust me.
Well, if you lie, it's natural to lose someone's trust.
Don't be cruel.
And I filed the divorce papers earlier today.
Filed the... What are you talking about?
I was waiting for you to come back so we could have a discussion. But I realized during our chat today I don't know you at all. You don't have the slightest intention to be honest. I give up, Elle. While we were texting, I submitted the paperwork online.
You're lying, right? Why did you do such a selfish thing like that?
I'm dead serious. And how dare you call me selfish after what you've done? I'll raise Timmy on my own. It may be hard at times, but I'll be a better parent to him than you.
You must be out of your mind. You're going to steal Timmy from me?
It's not like I'm stealing Timmy. You abandoned him, remember? All of a sudden you care? While you were having fun in the tropics, reliving your university spring break, you lost everything that mattered in your life? There's no home for you to return to here. Why don't you keep dancing away your life in the tropical resort?
In Elle's mind, she imagined dancing on the beach, kissing a tall, dark stranger under the stars on the beach, and forgetting the trials and turmoils of child raising. That was Elle's real reason she went to Miami. After Colin received Elle's texts, he knew there was no point and proceeded with submitting the divorce paperwork online. Because the paperwork was for an uncontested divorce, the divorce was immediately finalized. Elle found out the magic city of Miami was nothing like she had imagined. So as soon as she reached the end of her 1-month contract, she left Miami. But she had nowhere to return to, so she went to her parents' house. Her parents were livid she had lied to them. After the tears, yelling, and lectures, her parents kicked Elle out of the house. Elle had nowhere to live and no job. She sleeps in bus stations, or at times uses her meager savings for a night here and there at a cheap hotel.